Sitting at this very messy desk listening to a podcast this morning, and I had this wad of clay sitting here. All my other stuff is in my other room, so I was just playing with it, just pretty ugly colors. And I had put it on this glass, and I was rolling it. The only thing I had to roll it at this location was this glass votive. Not very big, right? So that's kind of what I did. I was playing with it and rolling it out, and then I just thought, well, I wonder what it would look like if I used the bottom to impress. And what you see there is on the reverse. You see some ripples? Well, here's the finished product. First I started using the bottom and did one of these rotations, and the very wide areas are from that. And then I thought, well, what would happen if I used the opposite edge? And the finer lines, like there and there, and there and there, I used that. Well, quite happy with the design. And then I thought, well, it's just such ugly clay. And sitting here, the only thing that I could within reach was this Lumiere Pearl Blue paint, which is really pretty old. So I put that on there, and I got some nice little pearlescence. And then I put this gold in there, and it was the same brand of paint, but it was in terrible shape. And I had a little paintbrush here, and so I was just putting that in the grooves. So actually, I was pretty happy. This little tool made some interesting designs, and I will use it again, particularly in maybe Makume Gane, when you need something hard to press through all those layers. So I'm going to use that. And here I am listening to the podcast, and I got this interesting piece. Now to cut it up and use it in earrings or something else, a brooch or whatever, would be kind of nice. Anyway, you're just sitting here listening to a podcast, and your hands just go off and play by themselves, and in the process you learn a few things. Of course, if I cleaned up, I wouldn't have had everything around me. I hate cleaning up because I just love having pretty things. Here's some paper I made and used, some belly wrap that I painted and overpainted, and I really do need to get to the bottom of this desk, however. But I am much more creative in the midst of a mess. When everything's put away, my eye doesn't fall on it, and therefore I don't use it. So I can't say that I like a neat area. I like it because it's just so nice and neat. But then I just sit there and nothing happens. It's all these bits and pieces, like this, that I cut out of foam. And, someday I'll find a place to use it on a card, or who knows, it's just foam. Use it as a rubber stamp. You can put paint on one side of it and just press it down. You can actually press this into clay as well and get those little holes. So anyway, there is no end to creativity and fun if you just let your hands go off and do what they must do. In fact, here's some little of my ceramics. I silk screened ceramic. I cut these out of clay, and before I fired them, I silk screened text on them and then layered them. This one has 3 layers. I think the other one also has 3 layers. And then I covered it with clear glaze and then fired it in the kiln. I haven't used these. Don't know what I'm going to use them for, but as long as they stay visible to me and I don't forget about them, I'll find some use for them. Anyway, that's just my memo to myself, reminding me how much fun I have.